Hello Scorpio, this is Tamara from Tamara Tarot, and I'm going to do your reading for the second half of September, from 15th to 30th of September 2017. And this reading is for the Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising sign. And I hope this reading resonates with you. And if it doesn't, please watch your Moon or Rising sign. For this reading, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, which is this one. And I will draw a couple of clarifiers from the Wild Unknown deck by Kim Krantz. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see what we have for you for the next 2 weeks of September. We have a Nine of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Moon, Nine of Swords, and the Tower. We have Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Lots of money issues. Queen of Rods, or Queen of Wands. Six of Pentacles, the Magician, Queen of Swords, and the King of Rods or King of Wands. Okay, Scorpio, let's have a look what we have over here for you. So we start the reading with the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the card of financial independence. Is the card of being, financially successful, but being single, being on your own, but being quite happy actually about being on your own or being, single. It's a financial abundance. You can see this person in this card who is got, luxury clothes, luxury jewelries. He's having all these fruits, in front of him. It's a happy person. So it tells me that maybe you're single at the moment, dear Scorpio, but you are quite happy, you're financially independent, you're financially secure. And the next card next to it is the Hangman. Hangman is a major arcana card, which is quite significant, much more significant than the minor arcana. Tells me that there is a period of your life when you need to look at everything from a different point of view, from the different perspective. It's a time, when we're just standing, we see everything, we perceive everything the way we perceive it every day. We got used to it. However, when we are upside down, you can probably see that he's quite happily hanging from this tree, from this wand over there. He's quite happily, voluntarily happy. He hasn't been hanged over there, by force. It is his choice. It is his position. He's just looking at all the situation and all his life from completely different angle, from completely different point of view. And it is really beneficial sometimes for us to look at any situation from completely different point of view, not the point of view which we used to or adopted during the course of our life, but just to look at everything from completely different angle, from maybe alternative angle. And it's quite very beneficial, and tells us that there is different aspects of every situation. And this card very reinforced by the Moon card. The Moon card is also the card, major arcana card, and tells me that there is something sort of not everything is clear at the moment for you, and maybe that's why you are looking at the situation from the different angle. There is something hidden, there is some maybe lies over there. Something needs to come out into the open, something needs to be clarified. It's also a card of Cancer. Maybe there is a Cancerian person is involved in this situation, and that's why you probably is hanging and waiting and looking for the situation from different view, hoping to find the resolution, finding the truth, go through the lies and find out the clarity. And I believe that you probably do need that period to clear all this and everything, because I can see there's a Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, and Nine of Swords is a card of worrying, sleepless nights, feeling that you actually, sort of you're tired. But it's all in our head. It's all mental, mental state. It's not physical state. It tells us that we do have to. We have a will. We have a power to overcome our sort of our anxiety, to overcome all these negative feelings. And the next card which follows, I think that's what you're worrying about, because the card which is next to it is the Tower card, is the card of complete destruction. Obviously, something's been shaken up in your life, something's been brought to the ground. There's complete shake up when everything been destroyed. There's a lot of being destroyed, it's quite a series. Another major arcana card. We have got like three major arcana cards in a row, which tells me that these 2 weeks, last weeks of September, will be very important weeks for your life, dear Scorpio. There will be a lot of happening. There will be a lot of worries. You will be hoping to find the truth. You will be trying to look at the situation from different angle, and there will be the complete shake up. But the card sounds negative and it looks negative. But one thing you need to remember, that after every sort of death, there is always a rejuvenation. Sometimes we do need that big shake ups so that we can start something from complete clear page from there. So we can start something new. There's no new will ever come in our life if we haven't get rid of the old. So that's what is happening over here. How much painful it is, I can see by those swords that this might be very painful for you. But you do need, that clarity to go through all that period of unknown, hidden, all that lies for you. But as far as I can see, you're doing really well, because you're looking at the situation from a completely different angle, and you're quite happy to be on your own. Financially, you're secure. Financially, you are sort of in the right place. And you have worked hard for this, because then underneath the Nine of Pentacles, we've got Seven Pentacles, which is a hard work, putting a lot into this, into your success, or whatever you've been planning. Even if it's a relationship, then it's there is still a lot of investment into this relationship, or into whatever you've been building, a new project, a new maybe something new at work or somewhere. But you've got the results of your hard work, of your labor. It's just up to you now to decide, what do you want to do next. Is that enough? Is that a good results of your work? Have they brought you the full satisfaction? And how do you want to proceed from there? Do you want to carry on with the same project, with the same relationship, with the same situation? Or do you want complete change, or do you want some change? Or it's a very mental card. I know it's a Pentacles. Pentacles is very grounded. It's more materialistic, but it is up to you to decide what do you want, to go from this point. It's a positive card. It's not a negative card. It's just for you to decide, because you don't know. If you persevere, maybe you will get more pentacles. You will be even more richer. Maybe you will be more successful. Maybe your relationship will be even better. But you don't know, or will it be just stagnated on the same level? So it's up to you to decide. And next to it is the Hierophant. Hierophant is the card of Taurus. The Taurus person could be very significant in your life at the moment, but it also represents rigidity, sort of following the rules, following the regulations, being always sort of the one who would never sort of break any law, But it's also, if you see those two keys, it's the keys to the knowledge, keys to the education. It's us learning from the past. learning from our experiences. It's also could be the card of going to university or expanding your horizons by education, by learning and everything. But sometimes if you are in a relationship or looking for the relationship, I can't see any romantic cards at the moment, and you're reading the Scorpio, but sometimes it can represent a wedding, so to sort of legalize maybe on a religious level. If you're a religious person, that is very sort of, it's a card of Pope, then it's represents for you your religion, you following the rules of your religion. If you're part of some sort of group of some sort of society, you're following the rules of this group, of this society, of your surroundings, your environment. And the card next to it is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is trying to keep your finances, trying to keep everything in a balance. The slightly negative side of this card is sometimes we're a bit too tied to what we have. If it's a relationship, then we're holding to this person a bit too tight. If it's money or like project or whatever, we're holding, we're just grabbing it really tight to our chest, and we're not letting anyone else to know. We don't want to share anything. We don't want to. But at the same time, the card has also got a positive meaning, because four means balance. So you're holding to all this. There's one pentacle on the top of your head, and you're balancing all this. It could be a card of you balancing a lot in your life. It could be balancing relationship, work, finances, but you being successful. You might just hold to everything a little bit too tight. You want to be in control. It's a bit of controlling card, but you're obviously managing quite well. And the next card, again about the balance. It's another sort of, it's another Pentacles card, and this card also tells me about if you don't have enough, whatever you have, you're trying to balance, quite well. If you don't have much, financial resources, not much money, or not much, available sort of material resources, you are managing quite well, or you're trying to manage. It's a card of balance. And because it's sort of like Cancer falls Libra sign, so it's quite trying to find that equilibrium with maybe just taking money from one account, putting them on another, trying to make ends met, and trying to balance your finances quite well. Or if it's we're talking about relationship, then trying to balance your relationship, maybe balancing your work, you and relationship. It's a card of holding two things and trying to sort of keep them in equilibrium. The next card for you, dear Scorpio, for the last 2 weeks of September is the Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods or Queen of Wands is a fiery energy. It could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It's if you're a man, then it's for you. It's a lady or for you. If it's you're a woman watching this, the cards normally don't have gender. It could be a male energy for you, but it's someone who is very creative. It's someone who is who's quite passionate about what she's doing. So this person, Queen of Wands, could be significant for you in this month. And next to it, we have a card of Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles talks about give and receive. It tells me that you whatever resources you have at the moment, make sure sort of that you distribute them fairly. So if we're talking about the relationship, if you are the one who always giving emotions, make sure that you are on the receiving end as well. If we're talking about finances, there's other people. If you see hands approaching you, and the person holding scales, which is, try to be very balanced, try to be sort of, there's a lot about balancing for you this month. The card of hangman is talking also about the balance and looking at it from different angle. The Four of Pentacles talks about being in a balance. Two of Pentacles talking about balance, and Six of Pentacles is again, try to balance your life, try to keep everything in a fair position. When there's hands approaching you asking for help, but financial or material help or emotional help or whatever, make sure you have got enough for yourself before you actually give it to other people. So that was the message from this card. So try to keep everything in a balance. You need to think about yourself as well as about other people, because if you won't have enough, you won't be able to give to other people. And also make sure that there is a balance between taking and giving. And the next card for you is the Magician. As a magician is manifestation. It's complete. The card number one. It's a new start, very successful start, something new. It's manifesting your powers, manifesting your abilities, manifesting your sort of everything you have. The Magician has got all the tools to start a new life, to start a new relationship. He has got all these tools from all four major, from major cards of this tarot deck. Has got a wand, which is represents fire, has got the pentacles, which represents earth, material and energy, has got a sword. Sword represents our intellectual mind, and has got a cup as well. The cup represents emotions. So everything, whatever you need, you have got it, dear Scorpio. For the last 2 weeks of September, you have got all the tools to manifest, to be to start anew, or be a victory, to have a victory, or to move forward. It's you have everything. So the only negative side of this card is don't overuse all those tools, because if you overuse those tools, it's a sign of manipulation, because you can manipulate other people. But otherwise, the card is very positive. It's a major arcana card. It's a number one, a new start, new beginning, manifestation. You've got everything what you need, and you can start a new, new or something with any of the tools, and you can do anything you want with your life at the moment. And the last couple of cards over here, we have a Queen of Swords, which is much more sort of someone who cuts through all the emotions and who is very intellectual, very clever person. Someone who has to cut all the emotions away so that she can judge fairly. So she can as I said, it could represent justice. It's cut all the lies, cut all the unknown, as we have here, to cut all the, also cut all what hasn't served us, and come to the clarity, come to the truth. The truth will be revealed. It could represent a solicitor. It could represent it could be a romantic person, but someone who is very intellectual might come across as a little bit cold person, but don't sort of, it's that's what their stance is, because they need it. They need the intellectual energy to get to the truth. But it also could be a psychologist, someone who uses their mental powers, counselor, psychologist, judge, solicitor, barrister, someone in a legal profession. and it's follows by the King of Swords. You've got lots of personalities in these readings. You have got the Queen of Swords. We've seen the Magician over here. We have seen the Hierophant, and the King of Wands is again, as you had the Queen of Swords and you've got the King of Swords. It tells me that there is. It could be a couple. It could be mother and father figure. But both of these people, they are very passionate. They're very creative. It's they you know, the King of Wands is it could be someone who is very entrepreneurial, so who's got a lot of ideas and very passionate about it. He is charging forward with all his energy. It could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius person, someone who's got as a Leo, someone who's got a lot of power. A very powerful and assertive person, but at the same time, slightly negative side, the Leo can bite occasionally. So sort of be careful about this side of this card. And just to summarize what I see, we see there was like a destruction in your life. You've been a lot of anxiety, a lot of annoying lies, maybe hidden from you, but you have done what you needed. You looked at the situation from the different position, and it looks to me that you're quite happy to be on your own because you have got this financial abundance. But there's a lot of people surround you at the moment, and you've done also quite a lot of hard work. You've got the Hierophant. You're following the rules. You're following what you need, what you think you need to be doing. So you're following that sort of call. There's a lot of balancing needs to be done with finances. Always, if we look at relationship, then about relationship. There's another significant people in your reading, three significant people in your reading. You have got Queen of Swords, someone who is very passionate, someone who is very sort of entrepreneurial, the same as a King of Wands. We have a Queen of Swords as well, someone who might have come across very cold but very intellectual. It could be solicitor, it could be lawyer, it could be judge, it could be psychologist, it could be counselor. But it tells me that you are manifesting that power of magician. You have got all the tools which you needed for the next maybe not just next 2 weeks of September, but for the rest of the months and further in the year, that you've got all the tools you needed to be successful, to start anew, because the one is a new beginning. And I'll just draw a couple of clarifiers for you, dear Scorpio. We'll see. And we have Son of Swords. I got Devil card. I got Nine of Wands. And we have Four of Pentacles again. And we have the Strengths, which is the Leo card. Yes, we have got, we have that Queen of Swords, but we also have a Son of Swords, which is a Knight of Swords in different decks. Nine of Swords is the fast-moving energies, someone who is charging forward with all their intellect, someone who is, very sort of, they uses their sword to cut through everything what's not serving them. They're quite sharp. It could be quite sharp, as this person could be quite sharp-tongued, so they can tell you what they think. Without any pleasantries. And next to it, we have a Devil card. Devil card is a card about addiction, about, being addicted to alcohol and alcohol, drugs, or unhealthy relationship, addiction to, there could be some physical abuse, addiction to sex. And because we have all this, Tower and anxiety, I think there was some sort of negativity in the past in your life, which you sort of, manifested in this devil card, represents in this devil card. But the next card next to it is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is being almost there, is defending something and being on the last leg of this defense, because you've almost there, you're standing, because after nine, the nine always follows by 10. 10 is the success, is the end. After 10 there's one, which is a new beginning. So you're almost there, and the message which this card is sending to you is just stand your ground, don't move, stand put, because just a little bit, you just got a little bit longer to stand, to defend what you think you're defending, and then after that there is a 10, and it will be the end, and it's almost, victory is almost there. And again, we're talking about Four of Pentacles, which we had over there. It's a card of balance. Don't hold everything too tight to yourself, to what you think is yours. Try to keep everything in the balance. And when we have two cards from different decks confirming, I've got that, dear Scorpio, that there's a strong message for you to keep everything in a balance last 2 weeks of September. And for that, you do need strength. Strength is a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius person, or just the card which represents, tells you that you do have strengths to overcome all the difficulties, to overcome that tower, this complete destruction, to overcome your anxiety, to go through all that and to find out the truth. And you have got strengths. That's what this card manifests, and it's a wonderful end for your reading for the last 2 weeks of September, dear Scorpio. I hope it resonated with you, and if you like the reading, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. I do bi-weekly readings twice a month, and I also do love readings. And otherwise, I'll see you in October. And for private readings, please see the information underneath this video, and you can contact me by all the different types of media. Looking forward to see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.